welcome. This is the energy for today, October 7th. I hope you're doing well. October 7th. What is the energy for today? Almost forgot the date, guys. I was going to say September. It's just going by so fast this year. So I see abundance, which is beautiful. This is the time of year we're at. Harvest time, abundance, when things really start to formulate for you. Let's see, resilience. And by having resilience and knowing your worth, this is why you're having an abundance. Peace, self-reflection. Perhaps maybe you're looking at yourself. I feel like past, present, future, where you've taken your life. And then the will. So this is your free will. And it is a 13, which is beautiful because it's almost like manifesting your true desires. I'm going to keep that one out just to see what it means. It's like having your passion, your free will. It's pretty much your free will that's going to take you where you want to go. Okay, so what does abundance mean for the viewer? Abundance, card 38. What does this mean for the viewer, please? Card 38. So maybe things are starting to form for you. Maybe you're waiting for that. I do feel that there is, with deception and envy, maybe you're planning something. This could be where you're planning something. And perhaps maybe there's some kind of obstacle. So it sort of makes you feel as if you're not going to have success in something. So perhaps this is something that you need to let go of. You need to put down some kind of mask, see things for what they truly are. And if you're living the kind of life that is ego-based or material-based, it's like that's where the envy comes in from. Perhaps maybe you need to soften up as far as materialistic, seeing things clearly. What I'm trying to say is like maybe you're more about money, and it's like abundance comes in different shapes and different kind of ways for different people. You could be abundant in health. You could be abundant in your family. Of course, you can be abundant in money. But this is about reaping what you sow. And so perhaps maybe, yeah, you're abundant, but you don't like what you do. That's what I'm hearing. Like perhaps maybe there's something that you don't think is fair. Maybe there's something there that you keep doing for the money. Maybe for the money, for comfort, something like that. But with the sacral chakra and the deception and envy, it's something that you're coming to a realization that, hey, you don't need to have all that money in order to be abundant. And maybe the only person you're fooling is yourself. Okay, this could be you or someone else in your environment. This is a general reading, so you have to really take it as it resonates. But I feel that, it's like almost what I'm feeling is like you're abundant, but you don't like what you do and you don't like how you make your money. It could be dealing with something that maybe you have a bad job or just wearing a mask to get over something is what I'm feeling, okay? What is the sacral chakra? It's like the sacral chakra is blocking you from feeling good about your abundance, if that makes sense. So if you're in a job where you take from people and you don't think it's fair, or perhaps maybe other people are jealous of you and what you have accomplished, you could have somebody around in your environment that is creating some kind of negative energy towards you, okay? What is the two sacral chakra? So there's some kind of transformation going on. And this has to do with material and spiritual prosperity. This is where I'm telling you, it's like maybe you've got to... maybe you're thinking too much materialistic as far as what abundance is. So what they're trying to say is like abundance comes in different ways and it's not always money. Okay. So this is where there's a change for you. Especially with the resilience right there. It's like taking a step back and looking at things in a different way, that when you look at something different, you realize, oh my gosh, things could be worse for me, okay? So material and spiritual prosperity, you're changing your views. If this is not you, then this is someone around you in your environment that's changing views on how spirituality works, and what's going on as far as being abundant and love, and more like a nature kind of way, okay, if that makes sense. So there's a change here with this. You have 2 sevens here, so this is planning, moving forward, having some kind of triumph over something. And I do see there's a transformation going on for someone. Someone is transforming, having a new, definitely a new spiritual way of thinking about themselves, and which brings abundance as far as materialistic and prosperity. So if you're looking to change your job or something like that, it's like the Triumph card is definitely telling you you're gonna be able to have that for yourself. Recognition and renewal. This is definitely where, you know, perhaps maybe you're listening to your calling, whatever your mission, your life path. It's like you're listening to it, and you're having more of a spiritual call. And I definitely do see that's why there's a transformation here. So perhaps letting go of some kind of materialistic value for yourself, or just seeing things different, I feel, okay? But you're gonna have success. And then partnerships and alliances, this is definitely asking you, you know, make sure that whatever you do and wherever you place yourself, that this is a legit, like a good partnership for you. It's something that you can have growth in. It's something that is true for you. This card could be about partnerships as far as love, partnerships as far as family relationships, businesses, anything like that. Whatever it is that you're having a hard time letting go of, but I feel you're trying to transform something in order so that you feel better, okay? And like I said, this could be somebody in your environment, or this could be happening to you. And I definitely do feel like whatever has happened to you, whatever changes you've gone through, it gives you more of a sense of some kind of wisdom that you can really grow from, okay? And that's where the recognition and the reward is. It's like you're growing from whatever intuition or whatever has happened to you, whatever lessons you've learned is pretty much what I'm trying to say. What is resilience? And with resilience, if you take a step back and look at things different, there's different ways to get through difficult situations, okay? Like struggling. There's ways to make it easy so you don't struggle. And maybe this is you taking on too much on your plate, taking on, you know, being that yes person, that person that says yes about everything, and feeling like, what I hear is, what they're saying is like you feel that you're obligated. I hear the word obligation. You feel that you have to have this kind of burden on your back for whatever situation this is, whether it's work, whether it's family, or maybe a love and relationship. It's like you feel obligated, and it puts a heavy burden on you where you don't feel good, and you're not allowing yourself to transform. Because I see with the sevens, you want change. You want to change directions in your life, okay? What is the resilience? Resilience, okay, so having a spiritual union, okay? So for some of you, it's relationship. Some of you, it's a partnership. And perhaps maybe you're having a spiritual union as far as with your twin. I do feel like this could be for twins. You have a connection with someone. And perhaps maybe for some of you, you think it's a burden to change things and come with this spiritual union. And I think that that's what you're trying to change. You're trying to change as far as getting out of something that is materialistic with this deception and envy, because you're wearing a mask and Spirit's asking you to put this mask down. But maybe you think that the spiritual union, it's going to cause a lot of burden on you. But I don't feel so, because this is a 3 with this resilience. It's telling you there's balance there for you. There's something there. As far as feeling and open up your solar plexus, allowing this in, it's like you have some kind of resistance there. And perhaps maybe for some of you, you're in the wrong partnership with this partnership and alliance. Okay, so you do have obstacles. Perhaps maybe you want to move to a spiritual union. You want to move with someone that is your love, but you can't do it because of obstacles. Well, this card is telling you, you got to take that leap of faith. There's many ways to go around things, okay? If you truly want it, you will have success, but you're the one that's got to make that move, okay? And then I do see prosperity begins, because there's a great connection here for you. It's a connection like no other, as far as having that kind of vulnerable love. It's like really feeling each other rawly. Whether this is finance or a relationship for you, it's like you really feel it, okay? You feel a calling to it. Maybe there's something there that stops you from going towards it with the obstacles and challenges. But see, there is a new beginning being offered to you. So perhaps this is where you might be seeing some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. There's a new beginning. There's been some seeds that have been planted here with this spiritual union, and perhaps maybe you feel like it's too hard or too much work, and maybe this is why you're holding back from it. If you are holding back from it, maybe you're in a wrong partnership with this partnership and alliances for some of you. But I do feel that once you take charge of whatever you're trying to change in your life, because this is about change and planning for your future, to have stability and transform yourself. I feel that, Spirit is sending you a new beginning here. Whether this is finance, whether this is love, however you are seeking abundance, your abundance is different for everyone, okay? So definitely you do have a new beginning there, and this is a destiny. This is like the World card, and this is Spirit really working for you to start a new cycle where you let down the mask and be the real you, the raw you, the vulnerable you. Definitely, okay. This is a new cycle coming in for you, and definitely I feel that it's like what you really need to listen to, and that in order to transform and give yourself a new beginning, to get out of this kind of place where you're being fake to yourself, really. I do feel that. So this card right here, peace, it's about really manifesting. It's about having peace. It's about really being in tap with your intuition and your higher consciousness. If you're not in touch with your higher consciousness and your intuition, it's like you could keep making money and being fake, okay? But it's like Spirit is saying to you, there's different way to do things for you, for yourself, that bring you peace and balance. But it's like you are the one that's got to take that step. Like no one else is going to do it for you. But there is success there, and there is a new beginning. There is definitely a new cycle there for you. But I feel it's based on fear. What does peace mean for the viewer? Peace, please. So spiritual strength, this is really having some sort of balance, really following that first idea that you get, and not like doubting it, okay? So this is where you're going to have peace. Whatever you're holding on to, it's like you can have success and peace in your mind and in a new cycle, okay, with that spiritual strength card. What is that? Okay, so solitude. This is telling you you will get answers if you take the time to meditate and sit down and open up your chakras and really listen to your intuition. You will get the questions that you've been asking. You're asking questions. And I do feel it's about that spiritual union. It's about starting a new partnership. Perhaps you're not moving on a spiritual connection, maybe because of doubt. So it's like you're not moving towards it. But Spirit is telling you, follow that intuition. You have knowledge, you have wisdom, okay? And what does the solitude mean? I want to know, what does solitude mean? What does this mean? Okay, so suffering in silence, really letting go. You got to let go of the past. This is where you can start thinking better about yourself. Perhaps giving yourself a new beginning, really having passion and that drive to move forward. These are 2 9s. Actually, you have 3 9s right here. 999. This is about having some kind of spiritual change, and maybe you're holding off from having that transformation. You know, maybe you're being hard to it to allow some kind of change in. And I feel it's fear-based, okay? And what is the self-reflection? So with this card, it's beautiful because you're taking a look at yourself. And I hear past, present, future, what you could have, what you've had. Really, I do feel like by taking everything that you learn from your past, it will give you balance, okay? With this card right here, self-reflection, really loving yourself, having truth, definitely having truth, having balance in your life. It will help you to get out of a negative headspace, okay? What is the truth? What is the truth that they seek? What's the truth that they seek? That's what I want to know. What is the truth? Because you're seeking truth. Memories of love. This is definitely, this could be, this is the Six of Cups. You're thinking about the past. You're thinking of things that were simpler, things that perhaps were so easy, but yet very hard to believe. I feel like this definitely could be you thinking of a past love, a past happy time in your life. Definitely having balance. This card speaks about balance. This card speaks about balance in your life. So perhaps this is something that you're working on. And then the new beginning. But I do feel that there's some sense of being scared of a new beginning, and you're reflecting on yourself. The new beginnings, and then heartache and loss. So maybe you're losing something. You're losing something, but it's causing you to hold on to it because of fear, because you don't know what the unknown is going to be, if that makes sense for you. Stand your ground, hope, and disruption just came out with this Six of Cups card. So I feel that you do have a new beginning here for you. But there is heartbreak and loss, and that heartbreak and loss comes from letting go of something, maybe letting go of a failure, okay? This is definitely where if you let go of some kind of loss or some kind of failure and heal yourself from it, you're going to get that balance as far as your mind, your body, and your spirit, where you're aligned, and then you can stand up. But there's a lot of hope here. With the hope, this is definitely spirit guiding you to give you that hope. And disruption is very much the Tower card. So you're having a tower moment, and I feel that you got to stand up to it. I feel that if you're not moving for it, destiny is changing things for you. With disruption, the destiny, the transformation card, those are major arcanas. These are things, and the magician as well. It's like the Fool. It's like taking that leap of faith and really starting something new for yourself. And so you could be feeling at this point where you're at a loss. But I feel that you're at a loss for someone. This spiritual union card really gets me. As far as the Six of Cups, I do feel that there's some kind of pull, and you got to stand up for what you want. And I do feel that you have some kind of sense of hope in there somewhere. Okay, so let's see what this will. You have free will, guys. So it's like you got to make these changes for yourself. And if you don't, you may be stuck here. This is why sometimes it keeps coming out over and over. You guys are on that very brinks of making that change and taking that leap of faith, but you don't do it. So you get stuck back. And this is where I pick up your energy. It's like you're trying. You're very much trying to change. And I do feel that people change in different times. And perhaps maybe sometimes that's why they're so similar from day to day. But I feel that it's like you're almost quite there and you're trying to manifest something. I do feel that some kind of seeds have been planted, and there are different ways for you to get around things if you really do follow your intuition and really take that knowledge. Take some time to really get answers, okay? So what is this will? With card 13, you have two 13s. That's about spirituality and changing, having stability. 13 is a beautiful number. It's one of the most spiritual numbers that you could get. So I feel that perhaps maybe some of you are having a spiritual change. but you're still holding on to the negative. You're still wearing that mask with the very first card that came out. So disconnected and boredom. What are you disconnected and bored from? Maybe you're married, maybe you have a job, maybe whatever the situation is, it's like you're just pretty much going day to day and you're bored. There's no satisfaction. It's just, if you're in that sort of like dead end marriage, dead end job, dead end anything. It's like you have no spark for life. You're just going about it. Yeah, you're stable. It's stable, but there's no happiness here, okay? And this is where your free will changes things, because life is not supposed to be like boring and unsatisfying, okay? Emotional loss. So maybe you're having like a little pity party right now about something. And like I said, if this is not you, this could definitely be your twin, because I do feel that there's a spiritual connection here. And I do see that there's a sense of a pull to go towards something that you love. There's a beginning there. There's happiness there, but you're not taking it, and you're focusing too much on your loss and your boredom. What is the emotional loss? And this is all free will, guys, that is keeping you in this place like this. Moving on. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so perhaps maybe you've been really thinking about that, looking at that. With this card right here, I definitely do feel you've had to look at yourself. You've had to look at your self-worth, your reflection, what you've done. Okay, so maybe this is you taking that free will and those lessons that you've learned, and you're going to turn things around for yourself, okay? Because you're moving on. You see that? This is like the Six of Swords. You're moving on. You're moving on from this this place that keeps you stuck. The fives are about changing, okay? Changing from conflict. Okay, and if you're bored to death at a job, move on. If you're bored to death at a job, or a loveless marriage, or something that has to do with something that holds you back and keeps you bored, it's time to move on, because there is growth and there is light out there for you that's waiting for you. Okay, and it is your free will. It's definitely your free will. And foundation and achievement, because I do feel, like I said, you want something stable, but you also want something happy, and that's what this card is. This is happy. This is being happy. This is having that love that you want, that child, that family, that home, that stability. It's a stability that it doesn't leave you bored. You see, this is what you're trying to achieve, and this is what you're trying to get out of. Yeah, you could be stable in a relationship. You could be stable in a business or work, but you're not happy. And what you're trying to get is the whole, everything. You're trying to get everything. The happiness, the abundance, the prosperity, the home, everything. Okay, so maybe this is what you're moving away from as far as having despair in your life. You're moving to something that is more stable for you, something better. Okay, how can I conclude this energy for the viewer today? How can I conclude the energy for today? Okay, so Queen of Cups, really following your intuition. This is a person who follows their intuition. This is a person who is very emotional, very loving, very tender, very motherly. Maybe you're going towards someone who will give you these emotions and those tender feelings that you want. Because I feel that for some of you, you're in a loveless situation. Like I said, whether it's money, family, or love, it's like you have to take it how it resonates. Whatever you're feeling like you're not having love and happiness, that's what this is for you. It's like having love for yourself, having self-worth, okay? And then the Two of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Look at all this thinking. You guys are doing a lot of thinking and walking away. You're walking away from something as far as making a decision and deciding to see something clearly and ending some kind of, maybe someone did something bad to you. I do feel with the Ten of Swords, it's like walking away from something that just really struck you down and you couldn't move. Whatever the situation is, whether someone did this to you, whether you allowed someone to do this to you, I do feel you're taking the blinders off, and I feel you're going to rush in as far as walking away from it. And then you can get some good news, because with this Page of Wands, you're walking away from something. You see this? You're walking away from something so that you can have something new and something better, okay? And then there's that Six of Wands, having success. You're going to have success in whatever you're trying to manifest, and whatever you're trying to achieve. There's some kind of healing and some kind of divine intervention that's been happening for you, whether you've been holding off a transformation, or perhaps being with that person that you truly makes you whole, okay? Taking down the mask, really having abundance in your life. So give me one last card. What is the most important? Okay, there you go. You have a new beginning. There's abundance. You started off with abundance. The very first card was abundance, okay? So if you're feeling like you don't have abundance, you definitely do have it. You have it. It's there. It's just waiting for you to open up and receive it, okay? So there you go, guys. Have a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave me your comments.